And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. Got a great one lined up for you today. Everybody gets to figure out what the hell did Crypto Hulk buy when he got his allowance for crypto. Well, I threw in some of my own money, went shopping today, filled the bag up all the way to the top with crypto. Let me tell you, I have got a list, a lot of cryptos. Now, I took some of the cryptos that I had, chopped them down a little, diversified up a little bit. Let me get the show started because I got a lot of cryptos to go over. I found out I've got now like 24 cryptos. Oh, man. It's crazy, huh? Cray going on over in the hizzy. My name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't buy any crypto. Don't sell any crypto. Don't do anything financial based on watching this program. Everything on this show is a complete lie. I'm the biggest fraud on the internet. Before every show, me and Zoltar, this is Zoltar right here.
I see you over there. Yes, you. Come on over and let Zoltar be sharing with you your fortune.
Oh, man. So me and Zoltar snort coke heavily, like mountain loads of cocaine before every show. Inject heroin, take a handful of roofie pills, ecstasy pill, whatever we get our hands on. Sometimes we just have a pill popping party. So that's how we start off every show. Let's get started with the first 5 people here. Blue Adept, Brian Edwards, Crypto She-Hulk is here, Christoph, and MK_P. I'm looking through. S. Harper says, I have to say, Caleb Brown has been superb with the trades I made over the last 2 weeks. They are on the ball. Thank you, Hulk. I know. This is awesome. So I'm doing research, buying crypto, and let me find out where's my little shopping list. I think. Is this it? Okay, here it is. And you can tell it doesn't get any more professional than this. Now I'm writing number signs on there and crossing stuff out. All right. I had a wish list, and Caleb Brown doesn't have everything. So I could only buy what they had, which was great. I'm happy. I chopped down some of the cryptos that I'm really heavy in and kind of sold off some and added some extra money to this deal. And we're going to get right into what I got. And I'm not going to break down every single crypto because I can't remember exactly some of the cryptos and what their connections are and stuff. What I did over the past 3 weeks, I've been burning through cryptos, like 50 of them. I can't keep track of all this shit. Parks, welcome to the entry-level membership. David F., welcome to the entry-level membership. David F. upgraded. Smart decision. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You going above and beyond like that. All right. Let me log into my Caleb and Brown account. Let me go here. And we're going to get into what the hell. I just blew all my allowance. Like I'm financially rich on the first. And by the second, I'm broke. Tuesday, July 1st. Oh, I'm broke on the 1st. So yeah, I got paid on the 1st and I'm broke on the 1st. Anybody relate to that? I felt really rich in the beginning. And about after an hour and a half of buying crypto, I realized I don't have any more money. So I was like, damn it. It was a good feeling, though, for about an hour and a half. I felt like I was somebody. Okay, let me go to my Google Authenticator. Fuck this thing. All right, hold on. Okay. Alrighty then. All right. Oh my God. Here we go. So if you go to your Caleb Brown account and you go over to the left side where it says holdings, it shows you everything in order from the most you got money-wise to the bottom. Now, just because I have the most money in Hbar doesn't mean that I have the most Hbar, because it's expensive. How it generally works out is the ones that I have a lot of crypto and maybe I got $1,500 in something. It's usually shit that costs 0.003 cents or something like that. Here's an example. AMP, I've got, okay, let's say I have 10,000 XRP. I've got 3 times the number of AMP that I do XRP roughly. So let's start. Man, I got so many cryptos, you have no idea. Hbar, Kyber Network Crystal. These are in order, by the way, of how much money I've got in these, okay? The most money I got is Hbar. Now, Hbar, I've got what I spent on my XRP a few years ago. In Hbar, I got 3/4 of that. So I almost spent the same amount of money for Hbar that I did for my original XRP. Now you got inflation and shit. So, okay, let me adjust for inflation. I've got probably all the money that I spent on XRP like a few years back. I spent half of it on Hbar if you were to adjust it to today's money. So next one, number 2, is Kyber Network Crystal. They're kind of working with Hedera. That's my number 2 holding. The amount of those is half the amount of my XRP. Just in the number of the crypto, it's half. Let's say if I have 10,000 XRP, I got 5,000 Kyber. So Axelar, the bridge, it's about 1/4 of my XRP. So if I have 10,000 XRPs, I've got 2,500 Axelar. That's my ratio, kind of. XDC as my 1, 2, 3, 4th crypto. And I've got, how can I put this? If I have 10,000 XRP, I got 15,000 XDC. I got another crypto, my number 1, 2, 3, 5 crypto. I'm not going to tell you what it is tonight. I'm going to tell you that on Friday night. Fun on Fridays. My number 5 crypto that I have is worth like twice. Okay, if I got 10,000 XRP, I've got 20,000 Spark. So I got more Spark tokens than XRP tokens because they're cheaper. I mean, whoops, never mind. Next, the Root Network. I've got Root Network is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Root Network is number 6 on my list. I have like a gazillion Root Network. So yeah. Stu, get in bed and get your claps cheat. What? Okay. I wish they had numbers by these two, so I wouldn't have to keep counting them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7, Flare Network. I have almost 4 times. I'm not going to tell you like the number rank from now on because I got to keep counting it every time. So we're at number 7. I got Flare, and you guys can keep count. If you want to keep count, then you can tell everybody else what number that is. Flare, I got about 4 times the amount of XRP. Stellar, I bought back into Stellar again. I had none. I don't have much. With Stellar, I've got about 1/5 the amount of XRP. So if I have 10,000 XRP, I got 2,000 Stellar. Lido DAO. I went over that the other day. I loved it. I know it's expensive. I don't have that many. If I have how can I put this? If I have like $1, well, that's a bad example. Okay, Lido Dow compared to my XRP, a 1/25th. So for every one Lido Dow I have 25 XRP. The next one, iOS token. That's the one I sold Stellar to get, iOS token. I've got 11 times the amount of this that I do my XRP. Here's Plume. Plume, I've got about 1/4, a third. I got about 1/3 the amount of Plume. So if I have 10 XRP, I got 3 Plumes. Velo, for every 1 XRP, I've got 2 Velos. Zebek, I've got 8 times more Zebek than XRP. ZK Sync, it's about 50% of my XRP total. LCX, 20% of my XRP. So if I got 10 XRPs, I got 2 LCXs. Caspa, almost 1/3. So if I have 10 XRP, I've got 3 Caspas. Same thing with Wormhole, about the same number, 1/3 the amount of XRP. FET, FET, Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. Oh, I got 1 out of 25. So if I have 1 FET, I've got 25 XRP. Redstone. 1/12. If I got, for every 1 Redstone, I've got 12 XRPs. Algorand, which I just got. For every 1 Algorand, I got 10 XRP. Reserve right tokens. For every 1 XRP, I got 3 RSRs. Okay. Metal. I don't have much because those sons of bitches are 63 cents a piece. I have, like, for every 1 metal, 25 XRP. Telcoin, for every 1 XRP, I got 3 Telcoin. And the very last one is AMP. AMP, for every 1 XRP, I got 3 amps. So that is my breakdown of all the different cryptos that I have. Watcher Official says, please make another video on how bad Ripio is. So that it goes back down. Then say that video was created by A. Oh, that shit is good. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, that's too funny. So talking all the way back down to 0.0000 something cents. Then be like, just kidding. That's a good one. It goes back up again. No, hey, I didn't get in on that. I don't buy stuff outside. I told on that one deal, even if it was that fake coin, when I told my friend to buy it for me and put in $2,000 on that one, I was willing to take a risk. I was going to pump, and when that sucker got up, dump. So fake or not fake, I didn't care. Now I was willing to lose $2,000. Okay. So that's kind of like, I didn't get in on, what is that? Bank global bank token or some shit. I don't care if that one I was trying to buy was fake, but the guy didn't have a wallet set up and we couldn't get it. I'm like, fuck, that thing went up like 15x. I could have made 30 grand and got out. So I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah, MBG. I was going to buy some fake shit and pump it. I didn't know it was fake. I thought it was real. I was just going to buy it anyway. I told the guy I told to buy it for me, I don't care if it's fake, just fucking get it. And when it bumps up 300, 400%, just sell it off. That's what I told him. So, but he says he couldn't get into it. So I was like, fucker. So, okay. XLM is down big today. Let me take a look at my Caleb Brown account here. Where's Stellar? Where is Stellar at there, buddy? Stellar. Okay, let me click on. I can't do it there. Let me go to here. Let me look at Stellar. Stellar. Oh, shit. It just dumped. Oh, you know why? Because I made that video the other day. That's probably why. Sometimes there's a delay, for real. Like, somebody will say, oh, that was a great video. Like, I made that 2 or 3 days ago. Like, what are you talking? So that's how it is. Some YT will shut down some of my programs and people won't see them for like a few days. Then all of a sudden I get a flurry of questions or comments about some video I did 2 days ago. I'm like, so that's the only thing that led me to believe that they must stall it, like sometimes 2 days or 3. Yeah, but Stellar did definitely fucking dump, and I forgot what I bought it at. Hopefully I didn't buy it as it was going down. But it might have. Where's the time here? 1 o'clock. I bought it after it dumped. Okay, good. Because this is showing here that it's dumping. 5 o'clock to, it started dumping at around 1 to 2. That's about when I was buying it. I can't remember. Let me do some math here. Hold on. Let me do some freaking math here. I'm going to take the amount of money that I spent. I'm going to see if I can do this right. I was never good at math. $0.22. Okay, I was paying 22 cents. My average price was 22 cents. And right now it's 22 cents. Okay. 23. So it started off at like 23. And then right around 2 o'clock, it just started to fucking dump. That's just when I was buying it. I wonder how. Well, that's a coincidence. It literally looks like it just fucking dumped starting at about 2 o'clock p.m. So what I did was this. I got, somebody tell me if I'm doing the math right. I spent a certain amount of money, let's say $1,000, divided by, and I have, let's say, 5,000 Stellar. I'm just saying. Is that how you do the math? You take like $1,000 divided by 5,000 Stellar, and that'll tell me how much I paid each. I'm just throwing out numbers. Those aren't the numbers. Mine's coming out to 22 cents. So yeah, you take the amount that I spent divided by how many I bought, and that's each one. So damn, that I'm lucky on that one, because I could have bought that shit at 23. Well, it's only dumped a little teeny bit, but yeah, I bought the dip when it was already down. Okay. So I bought it when it was less, and now it's at 22. Yeah, I bought it 22 cents. I'm a champ. I'm a fucking champ. Crypto Hulk. You gotta know it. Gotta recognize it. All right. Let me check comments here. You bought it. I thought Stellar was not good. I'm hedging my bet just in case. I don't have much. Like, really? The Stellar I got is 1/12 by XRP. And I got an article here. We're going over this later. We're going to talk about Circle, which runs on Stellar, and then they joined a bank and how that affects things. That's going to be a big help for Circle. And I don't know. How about any questions about any of the cryptos that I got? Does anybody have any question? See, I'm broke now. I can't really spend anything until next month. August 1st is when I'm going to go shopping again. Let's see. Chris Sharpie is like, me and Stellar will go to the grave together. I used to have AMP, thinking about getting into it again. You got rid of Aleph 0. Yes. Somewhere along the way, I had to check out of Aleph. I don't know if they have it anymore on Caleb and Brown, but I sometimes will swap back and forth. So nothing's set in stone. I just sometimes, if I get a feeling, then I switch that. Like I got rid of Stellar last minute, but IOST. Now I bought about half my original position in Stellar again. It seems to be stuck at 22 cents. It's a great deal. But I got another one. I got 2 cryptos lined up for Friday night. One of them I can't get. It's in deep with department, and I won't say homeland, and I won't say security. This crypto, I'm going to keep it zipped up shut until Friday night. I highly suggest you start saving some of your pennies and quarters because this thing is under 10 cents. And this crypto is going to be freaking massive because the roots of this go to the Department of, and I can't say Homeland, and I can't say Security. You're going to want to know which one that is. If they had it, I'm sure I would have dumped in at least 2 to 3 grand, but they don't got it. So I'm like, fucker. Well, that's one of them, but that's not the one I'm talking about. Okay. So somebody swapped half the AMP for more Hbar. Tor, ICP. So any questions about all those cryptos? Did anybody want to know why I bought a particular one? Now, some of them I might have to go on Grok really quick and refresh my memory. But I bought like a lot of different cryptos. Does Mrs. Hulk know you're broke? Yeah, I told her after I bought them. Because she's like, what are you going to do with all that crypto allowance you got there, Crypto Hulk? I'm not spending it on you, bitch. So I just bought it all 100% crypto. That I'm not touching. My crypto allowance, that never gets touched. So that's like my retirement, because like right now, the retirement I got, I can't live on it. So, I mean, if I lived in a 1-bedroom condo in fucking Oakland in the hood, yeah, I could probably live up. Then I'd be dead and I wouldn't get to live through. So, but yeah, the crypto that I buy is my retirement. And that's how I look at it. So I'm not going out. That is just strictly, oh, I know somebody wants something and you're not getting it. I'm not buying nothing with that fucking crypto. She already knows. I was so lost without your information, says Watcher Official. I would have been stuck. About 2 years ago, I was locked in with pension, but now by the end of the year, I have a future again. Thank you. I'm kind of in the same position. I lost a third of my retirement thanks to the Democrats and Joe Biden with their recklessly killing oil and gas in the United States. And I'm not going to get into what positions I had, but they completely destroyed 30% of my retirement. I'm like, fuck me. So then that's why I had all these problems with Crypto Hulk channel. My first year, I never monetized, so I was pretty much fucking broke. Yeah, living off credit card to pay the remainder of the bills, and the bills were getting up to $2,000-3,000 on the credit card because every month I was $500 short, and that shit starts adding up. 6 times 5 is $3,000 in 6 months. I think I was coming up $300 a month short for like a year or more, and that bill, now my credit card was at $3,600, and I just couldn't pay it off. So that's when I said I'm either gonna ask people if they want me to monetize the channel, and if they don't, then I got to quit and be a fitness trainer in Sacramento. So here we are today, and I know you're finding value in this channel because I do my absolute best to find amazing stuff that we can have fun with sometimes, where it pumps and it dumps and shit. But in the end of the game, we're here for long-term retirement stuff. or maybe you guys want to buy mansions, and some of you guys are younger, you're 20, 25, you're like, dude, I want to start my own such and such business, or I don't know, whatever. So I'm at the tail end where if I'm going to do something, maybe, I don't know. All I know is I've worked very hard for 5 years, and when I get rich, whatever, hopefully it's before I get 90 years old, I don't know what I want to do exactly. I know I want a job like helping people, but I don't know what capacity. I have no idea. So we'll get into that. I'm going to be talking to the lawyer tomorrow. I'm going to find out what's the status. Watcher official, witch hunter to you. Oh, witch hunter. Okay. So I'll be talking to the lawyer tomorrow, and I'll find out what's the deal. How long is it going to take to get this? I know they needed some EIN information and shit, so there's been a pause, and so, but eventually we'll get all this done, and I'll see if they're interested. I'll run it by them, say, hey, did you guys watch Crypto Hulk Show? Are you guys interested in working with me? Caleb, I got Caleb Brown news as well when we're done with this. Let me look through the comments here. Mark says, glad you're here, Hulk. I really do like this job. Hey, Hulk, can you give insight on Hbar? Yeah, I mean, we go over Hbar all the time. I'm going to make this brief. I'm not going to give you a 10-minute sermon. Hbar is working with a real company called Seals Q. They make microchips. Seals Q is working under a company called WiseSat. And WiseSat, just like the name satellites, they're putting their crypto in all different kinds of devices. Their crypto, Hbar makes the software. Hbar is working with Ripple, and Chainlink's working with Ripple. Algorand's working with Ripple. So I kind of believe that a lot of this is working with Hbar. What their goal is to stop quantum computer hacks around the world. So to me, I see that as one of the biggest things in crypto is what good is it when you're hacked? So that's the reason I'm heavy into Hbar. Hbar has a hashgraph society, like a group they work with. The Hedera Foundation has probably, I think, 20 global businesses that are massive, and they all work together. I like that because you got 20 motherfuckers in there instead of one. You got 20 people looking at each other, making sure nobody's fucking anybody over. So I like that. That's all I'm going to say on Hbar for now. That's why it's my number one holding on Caleb and Brown. The Tranquil Soul. Is it good that Caleb and Brown got bought out? Yes. What if the new owners do some shady stuff? Just wondering. Thanks, Hulk. I'll get into that in a minute. The Witch Hunter official gave Eric Wood a membership. Right on for that. What made you get back into XLM? It's just like I said, it's like a hedge. Sometimes, okay, I had an extra, I don't know, let's just say $1,000 or something, an extra couple grand or whatever. I put it into seller just because, just in case, right? I didn't give a shit about it earlier in the week, a week ago and shit, when I saw it Circle's getting its nuts kicked in and stuff. So I'm not in deep at all with Stellar. Like I could lose it. It's nothing. So I want to have it just in case. So that would be it. And then with the Jeb McCaleb, and there's something going on. So with him, because he's so tied in with the government. So let me look through questions. With White Rock, I can't find out anything of. The only thing I hear about White Rock is somebody's messaged me telling me you got to look on XRP scan and shit to know all these things. White Rock, look, I'm not doing all that stuff. If I can't find relationships with JP Morgan and all these things, I'm not getting into it. And then the person wants me to use their code so they can get credit when I buy it and all that. So I don't have an opinion on White Rock. I could be completely off, whatever. There's nothing on it whatsoever. Just a bunch of fucking X posts or Telegram groups and shit. Somebody claims on the XRP scan, on the XRP ledger, there's White Rock shit. I have no idea. I'm not investing in the shit that I can't investigate on normal news outlets. So if that means I don't get in at 0.0003 or something, that's fine. If I get it 3 cents or whatever, that'll be great. Okay. But until then, I'm not going to discuss White Rock. It's a waste of my time. All right. Let's discuss Syrian Marshall made over 9,000% thanks to you, Hulk. Tried not to do risky plays. Nice. Witch Hunter official. Special request. Interested in finding out any cryptos that are involved with Trump and tariffs involving Vietnam. Deep dive. I don't know anything about that. I haven't really looked into too much Trump stuff. Primarily because I'll tell you why. I don't want to get the channel shut down. I'm not doing it. I have an ability to get myself in really fucked up situations when I investigate too much. And especially while he's president, and I won't mention his name, DJT, you're going to have all kinds of secret, and I can't say service people. Like the minute I start doing searches and clicking on shit and putting names, it's just, I'm not drawing the heat, man. So I'm not looking that shit up. All right. It's just not going to be good for me. All right. Do I hold Quant? No. I would like to, but it's kind of expensive. I don't know how much Quant costs, but it's like $75 or something. I have no idea. Yeah, I just don't have any. No, my internet service provider has our VPNs bounce around, so I actually don't need one because the company I have it with, they have their own. But even still, I'm not going to sit here. Look, okay, let's say I do VPN and I hide all the information. It hides it where I get it. I still got to deliver the information, right? So the AI that's listening to me talk is already notifying the secret, and I can't say service because it's reading and typing everything I say. So I can't even deliver it to you unless it's just like pictures and shit. But then they probably scan that too. I'm not getting involved in shit with the president, okay? Like is that fucking hard to understand? So what? I can put it on here for shits and giggles and then end up having guys with suits and guns and badges at the house. Like, that's not fucking worth it, dude. Why don't you go do that and have them do that to you? Then you get put on a terror list and stuff. I'm not doing that, dude. They put you on a no-fly list and all just for what? So we can have 30 minutes of, I got a fucking stiffy in my pants. Fuck that shit. It's not even worth it. Hulk, I remember you doing a deep dive on White Rock, saying it was really good. Am I confused? No, I just explained. Now, when I first heard of it, maybe I said that it was great. When I investigated it, I'm like, I'm not touching this shit. So that's what changed. I did investigation work and found out it wasn't worth for me to talk about. When you first hear of stuff, it's only natural. And you got all the social media saying, oh, White Rock. And then that one guy that was calling me and stuff. But then he couldn't give me any evidence. He was just telling me, well, you have to look on the ledger. And okay, look, I would say it one last time with White Rock. I told everybody, if you can find reputable news sources anywhere besides a dark web or the XRP ledger, then if you could show me any kind of shit, I'd like to listen. But other than that, I'm just not doing the. Okay, you're live. So yeah, see what happens if I just start talking about that. So that's why I'm not going to discuss it. I can't find anything I can't find the evidence at all on it. So once I started digging into that white, and I won't say rock, I just couldn't find anything except in all these weird things and you got to go to this and transfer into that. I'm like, no. I'm not doing all that dumb shit. If I can't deep dive it like a normal fucking person, then I'm not doing it. So that's how it goes. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, so the news with Caleb Brown was this. So I called up Caleb Brown. I talked to them. The new company bought them, but it's not like a merger. So they're not going to like blend, at least right now in the next year. The brand new company, for what I'm told, is going to, the reason they bought Caleb Brown, because they like it. It's like a gold mine or whatever, right? So they don't want to mess it up. So my understanding is, from what Caleb Brown told me, it's business as usual. There's nothing to talk about. So I'm like, no, like, what are they going to do? He said, no, really, like, they're just going to let this company do what it does. They like the model. So they're studying the Caleb Brown model, looking at how it's all done. They don't know everything. They don't know how Caleb Brown's doing what it does to be so profitable. They see Caleb and Brown. They're a bigger company. They see Caleb Brown go to the United States. They're like, damn, how they doing all that? So this company sees how good Caleb Brown is doing, how happy the customers are. Then they're just like, now they're moving to America to open a branch up. They're like, we're not even doing that. So from the information I got from Caleb Brown, which was almost nothing, they said they're not doing nothing to us. They want to own the company. They probably want to see what we're doing and implement what Caleb Brown is doing in that company to make them even better. So he also told me that SwiftX company is not going to have Caleb Brown customer list. They're not going to have access to how much you're buying. They're not going to have your name on. That's just what I'm told. They're two separate companies, but that one bought SwiftX, bought Caleb Brown. But other than that, Caleb Brown's doing what it does, and that other company's doing what it does. This week, starting today or whatever, what they're doing, SwiftX is they're going over to headquarters at Caleb Brown. People from Caleb Brown are heading over to SwiftX, just talking and looking at. SwiftX is trying to learn what the hell's going on at Caleb Brown. How are they doing so good? That's basically what the fuck's happening. So other than that, he told me they're going to act like two separate companies. They're not merging customer lists. So a customer of SwiftX, if you want to join Caleb Brown, you're going to have to re-register and do all that shit. So they're not blending it together. So that's what I'm told. I don't have any really more information than that. They're going to they don't want to fuck up a good thing. I guess that's the way that I'm saying it, not the way that Caleb Brown told me. Okay. That's how I'm interpreting it. So I understand it myself. They like Caleb Brown so much that they wanted to buy it because it's a valuable company. And I feel they're going to take the good out of Caleb Brown and then try to duplicate that stuff in their business. So I was told nothing's happening at Caleb Brown. It's just the same business as usual. Okay. So that's what I heard. Oh my God. Let me get some water. I think next I'm going to go into some news articles. So everything's going to stay the same. That's the answer to all your questions. I just answered. Everything's going to stay the same. All right. Now let's look at Circle. What happened at Circle? First, let's do this. Let's look at what started probably the cause of Stellar dropping in value. Let's go right here. The article that kind of started it all is there's a crypto company called Anchorage, and it's going to phase out Circle and Agora US dollar, citing risks and stirring fierce backlash. So a couple days ago, the crypto custodian, which is Anchorage, said that Circle is rated poorly for regulatory oversight and reserve management. That's just what they said. And I was looking at it like, oh, this is not a good thing. Now, because Circle runs on Stellar primarily, it runs on other blockchains as well, but none of them are interoperable like Stellar. So, because Stellar's got Allbridge. So, in just my humble opinion, Circle using Stellar is a great option compared to the other cryptos that it has partnerships with. Now, when I heard that Anchorage basically kicked out Stellar, that's not a good thing. I mean, they kicked out Circle, that's not a good thing. Now, what Circle had to do was this article right here. Let me show you this. It's very interesting. Circle had to bust a move real quick for damage control. So that's why I don't go heavy into Stellar or nothing. Hey, look, I don't know. I don't have all these answers. Circle applies to establish a national trust bank to oversee the USD Circle reserve. Because that was what Anchorage was like, hey, Circle, you got your shit all fucked up. We ain't touching you. Circle Internet Group has applied for a national trust charter aiming to establish a national trust bank called First National Digital Currency Bank. If the application is approved by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the bank would oversee the management of the reserve of the USDC. First National Digital Currency Bank would also offer digital asset custody services to institutional customers, according to the release. For Circle, the charter would also help it meet expected requirements of the proposed stablecoin legislation, the Genius Act. By applying for a national trust charter, Circle is taking proactive steps to further strengthen USD Circle infrastructure, according to the chairman, Jeremy Allaire. Further, if we Circle align with emerging U.S. regulation for the issuance and operation of dollar-denominated stablecoins, which we believe can enhance the reach and resilience of the U.S. dollar. So, what I believe, I don't believe anything in this crypto space. This whole thing is so fucking fake as a $3.30 dollar bill. Okay, think about that one. This whole crypto space is so full of tricks, games, lies, and all kinds of stuff. All this hidden shit. What you have to do is, man, you just got to try your best and just hope that you're right. I mean, I got 25 cryptos now, or whatever it is, 23 cryptos, because I don't know. What if XRP What if the government of the United States takes all the XRP and says it's systemically important for the survival of the country? We're now ordering, hey, it could happen. I just told somebody today, all your ISO cryptos, what if all those are taken? So that's why I'm not heavy into 1 or 2 or 5 cryptos. That's why I just only don't buy ISO. Because what if those are taken? What if all the governments in the world declare that the ISO 20022 cryptos, they're all systemic for all the nations of the world? They can shut that shit down. So all is one says, it's all smoke and mirrors. Got to trust Zoltar. Yeah, we do have to. Let me check these comments. I think XRP bridge are a must. So here's the thing. I bought a lot of different cryptos now. Like I used to just have 2. That's not smart. Okay. So what happens over time is I learn. When I first started, I didn't know anything about crypto. And I said, I'm only going to carry XRP and VeChain. Boy, that would be a mistake if I just stuck to that. So what happens to me over time is I learn. And then the more that I learn, then I'm like, that's why I'm not going to just have 5 cryptos or something like that. I'm probably about a few days ago or a week so I don't know, within the past few weeks, I started really thinking, what if the X cryptos are taken or all the ISOs? So I need to diversify and get some other kind of shit just in case, I'm sure some of the cryptos that I've bought, the government's probably going to consider some of those securities or commodities. I have no idea, but I'm just going to be open to it because guess what? This is crypto. Anything can fucking happen. Okay. Stuff that I thought, here's what's going to happen. Stuff that I thought I swore I knew might come up. It's not how it appears. I know now some people are going to get all worried. I'm just letting you know. Nothing is certain in crypto at all. That's why I got gold and silver. In case something bad happens to my crypto, I got gold and silver. I know it's probably going to go to $10,000 an ounce or so. That's my emergency plan, gold and silver. If you're a whale and you got, I know people got $1-2 million in crypto. They don't have $1 or $2 million in gold right now. Not good. Not good at all. I sell gold and silver on the channel. If you want to buy some, please get it from me. Like right now, I've got now I got 1-to-1 gold, silver, crypto. It's about the same, close to about the same. I would say, because I used to be gold heavy. For every $1 in crypto, I had like 9 or 10. Remember about a year and a half ago or something, I was telling you guys that? Like whenever I got in crypto, my gold is like, what was it, 10 times more or something like that. And as crypto started going up, then I got in with Caleb and Brown. So my crypto numbers started coming up again. Because remember, I didn't buy for 4 years. Now I'm close to, my ratio is for every $1 in crypto, I got $1 in gold. All right. Salvador Ramirez. I tried to get hype. I couldn't get it on Caleb Brown today. I was going to get it, but it just wouldn't let me get it. I don't know what happened. So maybe my computer glitched or something, but I tried to get hype 2 times. I tried getting it. I couldn't get it. 20 minutes later, typed in again, couldn't get it. So, but so I had to get something else. I think that's why I got like RSR. I picked up some IOTA because I couldn't get, at least I couldn't. Maybe they didn't have it at the time or something. but it's HYPE. That's it. HYPE. Nothing else. HYPE. It wasn't just meant to be, Hulk. If I were to get hype, how much would I get? Probably at least like $2,000, 70 cents or something, or was that $27? One of them was $7 or something. How much is hype? HYPE. $37. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was like, son of a bitch, this shit $37. That's why I was gonna put in like if I couldn't get it, but if I were I was thinking, I just told you 2,000. I was thinking $2,000 or $3,000 to put in it because it's already $37 or what is it, $37. I'm like, son of a bitch. So if I put in 1,000, that's not gonna do anything. So that's why they didn't have hype. So I put that money in other shit. The Algorand, RSR, and some other shit like that. But how much? I mean, if Caleb Brown had hype, I would have put in about $2,000, something like that, something right around there. I'd have to put in probably 3 to make it even kind of worthwhile, but I don't know. I know like 2 would be definitely got to spend 2 on it. So if they don't got it, so whatever. Alrighty then. What's market cap? Well, I don't know. I went over hype. I can't really. I know it had mad connections, mad serious connections, but okay, the German bank. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to go over an article tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what's going to be on tomorrow's show, at least one article. I've got the deep dive. I'm working on it, and this thing gets really fucking deep. There's a German bank, and major German bank to offer crypto trading by summer 2026, like around June next year. I'm telling you what, it's in Germany. Now notice Germany and Ripple. Ripple's first bank was in Germany. Like the Germans, there's something there. Now I'm going to deep dive this. It's the Sparkassen Finanzgruppe, Sparkassen Finanzgruppe, or however the Germans say it. This is they own DecaBank, which is a Ripple partner. I'm going to deep dive this thing. I got to take notes and shit because the information, I got like 5 windows open with deep dive, 5, 6, 7 windows on this. So I got to condense it and crunch it down. So I need about, after the show's over, like 2 hours to find some good articles and shit. And I'm going to try to do one solid deep dive. I can't deep dive the whole show. It's too hard, man. It takes too much time. I'm going to give you one solid deep dive. And then I'll give you like 2 to maybe 3 articles that I'm going to go over and not deep dive them. But so that's kind of like what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to deep dive the fuck out of this German crypto custody and all the shit they're doing in Germany. And because Germany is the most powerful financial country in the EU, although I do like the Italian auto scene they got going, and the bikes, the Ducati and Lambo and Ferrari shit. Crypto Hulk, would you just stick to the point? I like technology. What can I say? But that's what I'll deep dive for tomorrow. That's Thursday. And let me check comments real quick, and I think that'll be it. We'll probably end it a little bit short today. Hbar. So if there's any kind of crypto, why did you buy, whatever, now's your time. Or if maybe you're ready to, okay, so here's a good one. If you're ready to pull the trigger now on a crypto, you can ask me. You don't have to be in any special group or something. Just ask, and I'll give you why I think you should or why you probably shouldn't. Spark, we'll get into Friday. AI cryptos. I did not get Ondo. Did you get IOTA? No, I got Algorand today. IOTA, I don't think you can't get that on Caleb Brown. I think you used to. Look, IOTA is doing like a big old flip. So a lot of people are scared. They don't know if it's going to work too good or not. So why did you buy RSR? It's cheap. I did a story on it. I can't remember. I did a story on it a couple weeks back, and it had a lot of connections, just a ton of connections. It had like accelerator projects like Anderson Horowitz and shit, Lightspeed Venture, these kinds of things. People coming in, dumping money. And I'm like, and then it had connections to, I think, Ripple or some crypto Chainlink or something. So I can't remember exactly, but that's why I got it. I looked for DAG. I couldn't get it. Yeah, I don't have my list on me right here. Oh, here it is. Here's my list. Oh, man, it's a big old list. Not on Caleb Brown. DAG is 3 cents, and it's not on Caleb Brown. I was going to get DAG. I was probably going to put like 500 or 1,000 in it. They don't got it. DAG's on Uphold. Okay. Michael Brown, what is your thoughts on ICP? I'd have to do a deep dive on that. Nothing off the top of my head. I don't know anything on it. Digi. Chop this up to the Zoltar stripper fund. Oh, nice. Zoltar sometimes on a Friday. All right. He uses Uber to have cocaine and a hooker delivered to him. So if I want, that's his business. That's not mine. As Caleb Brown was bought out, will the name change? I just told you guys, everything's going to stay the same. Wormhole is cheap currently. Plan on getting any more wormhole. We're going to find out next month. So what I'm going to do is this whole month, I'm going to do what I always do. Deep dive, look at shit. And then when I get paid, I'm going to go back and think. And I got notes and stuff like I have. I keep a running list on shit that I'm going to buy. I have an official list that says shit I'm going to buy. There's no we can on Caleb Brown. Best show, faux show. Yeah, so Caleb Brown's opening up at Fort Lauderdale. It should be fully up and running. I think around August 1st or the first 1 or 2 weeks of August, I think. I heard they're like moving in the next 2-3 weeks. They're getting everything set up. I think the building's all done. I didn't really get into timeframes exactly with Caleb Brown, but somewhere like the last week of the month, they're going to either get the doors open, but maybe not be fully running. But I think by like August or mid-August at the latest or somewhere in there, they should be fully running. Yeah. So I told Caleb Brown that I might be taking a trip to Florida to go see the new digs they got. But I don't know. I'm going to be taking a short little vacation, and I don't know. It's got to be in the United States, just a short one. So it might be Florida. I might want to go to Disney World and shit, and then check out the Caleb Brown office and stuff. How far to drive? Let me ask a question. How far to drive from Orlando, where Disney World is, to Fort Lauderdale? Does anybody know? I'm sure Crypto She-Hulk knows. She lives in Florida. 3 hours. Okay, that's not bad. Hablas español bien, señor Hulk. Actually, when I was around 30, I was still fluent in Spanish, where a lot of people thought I was a native speaker. I was pretty good at it, but I haven't spoke Spanish really in 25 years. But I mean, you could dump me anywhere in Mexico, and I could get by just fine. My Spanish is enough to where I can function, and they know. You're gonna have people laughing at me, but they'll basically know what I'm trying to say. 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay. Depends on what substance you are on before you get behind the wheel. Oh my God, that's a good one. Zachary Carrillo, up on the lion and can't say group stock. So somebody bought lion, and I won't say group, and it's a stock because it's all mixed in with the red dragon, and that's what I went over on all those deep dives and shit. So somebody actually wanted to get that stock. Congratulations. That shit's going to run when it goes. You made a lot. That shit's going to be at least $1,000, $2,000. XCN. I don't know if I've done a deep dive on it. I did, I think. I didn't buy any. Is the XCN that JP Morgan shit? But XCN, a no-no. I got the base one. Yeah, I went over it. It uses Ethereum. You did. XCN went down in flames. Oh. I mean, look, over the past few weeks, whatever, like, I reviewed, didn't deep dive them all in show, but I went through like 50 to 60 cryptos. Like, it gets to the point where I just can't remember the shit. It's just too much. Dirkshire, I got my dad to buy Lion, and I won't say group, and then LAES, which is Seals Q, that's 2, and DeFi Devi stocks. Thank you, Crypto Hulk. You're a legend. You're a legend. Okay, that is it. I gotta go to work. I gotta like deep dive shit, man, and I gotta earn my money. So that'll be it for the show. We're at about an hour and 3 minutes. Crypto Hulk is out of here. I'll see everybody at 7 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow.